Matawalle bought Hilux vehicles for bandits, granted them asylum, Zamfara commissioner says. Wow. This is the same Matawalle, the former governor of Zamfara state, that is now Minister of State for Defense. Okay? This is the person that gave Minister of Defense, somebody that could not control bandit in his own state when he was governor. Now is now Minister of State for Defense. What an irony, I tell you. So one of his former commissioners has spoken that he had a very strong pity and soft spot for the bandits. Maybe he knows them, just like the Kaduna State governor was playing along with bandits and terrorists in Kaduna, killing the people in southern Kaduna, and still he didn't do anything about it. So let's dive into the detail and see exactly what has happened in Zamfara state. The commissioner made the claim during an interview with Arewa Twitter. Wow. So Gajam alleged that Matawalle granted asylum to bandits. He lamented that in the history of the state, there has never been an era that a leader granted asylum to those who killed and raped people without any hesitation. Speaking further, the commissioner said that the former governor refused to service the vehicles the federal government bought for his administration, adding that they met the vehicles in a dilapidated state when the present administration took over. Oh boy. So according to him, the legacy that the past governor left is that he bought Hilux vehicles and dashed them to bandits. We have evidence. He granted asylum at the government house to bandits, even in the barbaric era. There has never been a time when an emir or a king granted asylum to somebody who killed other people without hesitation, kidnapped them for ransom, and raped their girls. Are these people to sit on the tables with? They are not put to sit on tables with, that's true. So when Matawalle came to office, the federal government bought some vehicles and gave them to the state. Most of them were bulletproof tankers, bulletproof vehicles. So when we came into the office, we met them with flat tires. This means they were not serviced at all, but all these were provided for and removed from the state purse. It is in our government that we have said we would pay the police and army, their end allowances and service their vehicles so we would be able to protect our people. That was what we met. That is Zamfara state as we speak. Okay, so this commissioner is actually in the present administration, not in previous Matawalle's administration. So this man is narrating what they saw when they assumed power in Zamfara state in this present administration. We understand that the present governor of Zamfara state has been trying to probe Matawalle, but Matawalle has been using the office of the presidency and using the power of the executive to shield himself up till now, and no probe has been successful. Okay, so I'm sure it's part of the reason the former EFCC chairman was removed, because I think there was a petition to the former EFCC chairman to probe Matawalle, but all of that did not work. The next thing we are seeing is that Tinubu has called him to give him ministerial appointment at national level. Okay, so these are the people that want to determine and decide the fate of security in the nation. Somebody who was almost like, if I say that he was sponsoring them, if that's the case. If he knew them and he was buying them vehicle, he was giving them asylum, it therefore means that he was sponsoring them. So Matawalle sponsored bandits in Zamfara state while he was a governor. And he can't say no to that. That's exactly what this statement means. So Matawalle sponsored bandits in the north, especially in Zamfara state. And they were mining gold there. Probably he was using them to mine gold because that was how they were mining gold without accounting for it and without the government having any, anything from that gold mine in Zamfara state. I remember when she came out and Nigerians were like, why is it that everybody wants the proceeds of the oil from Niger Delta, but they want from gold mining in Zamfara? Nobody is interested. Nobody's bringing money to government on that. And up to now, nothing has been done properly to account for the gold mining in Zamfara state. Quite a very terrible situation. So it means that Matawalle knows them and probably was using them. Okay, and there are a few comments here. Somebody said, yet that is the man that today Defense Minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria, a sympathizer and tolerant of terrorists in a secular nation. The Defense Minister don't command the military. No. Even at that, why should he hold such a critical security position? So what does the Defense Minister do? Be informed that every defense budget, security details, covert, discrete, stage, special operations, okay, and intelligence will pass through his table and counsel for approval. Can you imagine? For a commander-in-chief approval. Can you imagine? And so the other person doesn't know what he's saying. So that is the same person. I only cry for our Christian brothers in the north. May God expose everyone who have hand in facilitating the activities of bandits, kidnappers, among others in the country. God has already exposed them. We know them. They are already in government, so we can see why they can't even fight security. They can't even fight insecurity, or they can't even fight bandits. Because they are in government, they know them. So we already know them. The government knows them, and that's why they can't go after them. That is it. We know he and many other northern leaders are terrorists. Yes, you are no longer seizing motor vehicles in his house. This stanza 2 will also fail and expose you to shame. How? Somebody is trying to defend Matawalle here. Appeal court judgment is coming. To do what? So almost all the northern governors are sympathetic to the cause of Boko Haram. So I am not surprised by this revelation. That is it. Do not blame President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. This man undergone security clearance sequel to his appointment as a minister. So Minister of Defense, we are doomed as a nation. Quite unfortunate. Bought he lost vehicles for the bandits for what end, please? Of course, they used it now. Hence, the DSS are so dumb not to forward a security report against him. Nonsense. That is bad. Not acceptable at all. Not acceptable at all. Somebody say, why now? I never said this, okay, when he was in power. And now you're saying it. What will happen now that you are saying it for the first time? But he was appointed minister. Why didn't you send the report to the Senate to stop his appointment? They should continue killing their self in the north now since it is in their religion. Oh, wow. So that is Matawalle for you. It means that you sponsored bandit. Yes, that is what it implies. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment.